a very chilly April morning out here at Santa Margarita Lake. What I'm going to be showing you today is the Spook. This one right here, the little mini Spook Jr. And the rod that I'm using today is a 6.5 foot stiff rod. I have 17-pound line. And what we're going to be doing today is walking the dog, which is what they call it when you work this thing in the little S pattern out here. And we're going to see if we can get some fish to come up for us this morning. Okay, I've just now moved to a different part of the lake. I was down there on the other end, clear water by the dam, and just didn't seem like the fish wanted to come up, so I've moved back here into the narrows, the back side of the lake, and what we have here is sort of shallow flats, and then out in the middle it kind of drops off to about 8 feet, and up here it's only about, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 feet deep, and the water's about 4 degrees warmer back here, so I'm hoping that these fish are a little more active and will be willing to come up for a surface lure, because they didn't seem to want to on the other end of the lake. Although I had caught some there in the evening a couple days ago, so that's why I went to try that spot out. But they seem to not want to be up in the mornings. Now this is the walk, the dog pattern that I was telling you we were going to be doing today, and what it is, you can see a series of little short jerks with the pole and sort of half turns with the reel to sort of keep the slack in, and it takes a little while to learn the rhythm of how to the jerking with the one arm and the reeling with the other arm. It's kind of tricky, but after doing it for a while, it becomes something you don't even think about. Now I'm using the 17-pound line on this setup that I have now, and there's 3 reasons why I use that. One is it seems to give you a better feeling on the lure while you're working it, and secondly, you usually have really long casts, so there's a lot of line stretch that can happen. So if you get a fish way out on your cast and you have a heavier line, you don't get as much stretch, so you can get a good hook set. And thirdly, a lot of times with these lures, not this little one so much, but the bigger Spook, is it tends to nick the line about 6 inches up from where you tie it. After a few times of breaking one off and losing a fish, you start to go, maybe some heavier line might help. And you have to retie pretty often because these nicks get pretty bad after a while. We'll move in here and see if there's any fish in here in this shallower water. Anything better than the other end of the lake. So you just keep working it along, and you can see that little S-ing little snake-like pattern that it makes. As it comes along on the surface. Usually a pretty good pattern for getting a fish or two to come up. See some movement up there, some fish a little further up. So hopefully if I get a little closer, I can get one of them to come up for this. Nothing yet. Frustrating when you see movement and you can't get them to hit. Oh, there's one. Not a very big one, but it's a fish. Oh, and she came off. It's another thing with these surface lures. Quite a few of them tend to get themselves unhooked. Oh, I just saw some movement further up. Some more fish working in shallow up ahead of us. See if we can get one of those to come get her. One thing you gotta remember on these is on the hook set, when you get one to come up for it, don't jerk the second that they come up for it. You have to sort of work through it. Sort of wait till you feel the fish.